For information, call 807-4499.
Imagine a place free of problems, scams, and thievery. A place where comfort is your only concern. Imagine Comfort Time Live.
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Friday edition of Comfort Time Live. I am Tom Platania, and this is a glorious day. It's a day that I'm on this side of the dirt for another day, and I like that. But the important thing is it's great to have a lot of friends. And I say that because the more friends you have, the more opportunity that when you're having a really, really bad day, you know there's always somebody that you can call up that's having a worse day than you to make you feel better. So it's good to have lots of friends. But, of course, there's always going to be somebody who's having a better day than you. But it's good to have a lot of friends. So welcome.
At least you can vent, right? You can vent.
Yeah, you
get
can
it off
vent
your
out
chest.
to them. But the more friends you have, you always know that.
Give them your baggage.
Yeah, it's like, man, I don't feel so bad talking to Joe over there. He's got a lot worse than I. So you just feel so much better. So there's a purpose. There is a purpose. So welcome to Comfort Time Live. What are we here for? Well, we're here to help educate you, ladies and gentlemen, on anything to do with your house. We're here to take you out of the pool of being a statistic of consumers for unlicensed contractors. We don't want that. But a lot of people in this economy have chose to go in that direction, well, because of price. And, well, unlicensed contractors, as we know, they can be a lot less expensive for a lot of different reasons. And the biggest one is they don't have to pay a lot of the behind-the-scenes fees that people that are doing things legally have to do, like permitting and workers' compensation and general liability and a lot of those things that also help to protect you as a homeowner. If somebody's coming in your house and they slip and they fall, or if something goes wrong, or if they put the wrong wire in the wrong space and they blow your house up, like the lady a year or so ago who had the manufactured home, and the guy was doing side work. He was an electrician. He went under the house and just did the wrong thing, blew himself up and the house. And that was probably somebody unlicensed that, well, I can do it for you $500 cheaper than the other company down the road. So that's what we're here to do. We're here to protect you from doing that by listening to the things that I offer, the things that our sponsors offer, the things that the other guests that we've had on the show, from attorneys to real estate people to Florida Power and Light, who I know there's probably like half the audience right now going, boo. To each his own. But that's what we're here for. So we're always looking for additional topics to discuss. Now, all the topics that we talk about on the show are from emails that have been passed on to me, or guests calling the show, or guests calling my phone number. Now, if you want to call the show, 340-1590 is the number to call here. If you want to ask a question, if you want to put a topic out there for discussion, they're always open for discussion. But send me an email. You want to go to comforttimelive.com. There's a link that says Contact Us. You click on that button, it's going to go right to the email. You can put in the topic that you wish to discuss. Anything going on with your home. That's what we want to talk about, from air conditioning to any plumbing to anything, taxes, real estate, you name it. You ask the question, and if I can't get the answer, I will find a professional to bring on to the show to help answer it for you. And that's the important part, is finding good, clean-cut people who can help to answer the questions that we need, that we're unsure of, or maybe we don't know where to go to find the answers to these questions. And that's what we have. And as always, we're always looking for sponsors. Now, sponsors do not come easy. I get a lot of phone calls and a lot of emails from people who want to be sponsors on the show. But I'm very particular about who my sponsors are, because I need to make sure that if I'm going to allow someone to be part of the show, that they have to live up to my standards. And speaking of living up to my standards, we have a gentleman on line 1. Good morning, John.
Good morning. How we doing?
Doing good. Now, in John's case, sometimes we have to lower our standards, but no, I'm just teasing, John.
Well, can we get back to the very beginning of the show? Do you really have friends?
No, it's radio. It's radio. Just because what is it? Just because what you hear on the radio doesn't necessarily mean it's true.
Doesn't mean it's true. Is that it?
Well, you know what?
It sounded good.
It did. It sounded really good. You know, the one time you realize who all your true friends are is when you pass away and how many people show up to the funeral.
But you wouldn't know the difference anyway,
That's
right?
True.
So you're still covered there.
So
I was reading a story or a book the other day, and in talking about friends at funerals, and interestingly enough, it's like 1 in 20 people that if you had 20 people come to your funeral, it was a staggering number of like 1 in 20 or 2 in 20 that would actually cry for you.
wow,
I thought that was interesting.
I think the only people that would cry would be the people that weren't going to get alimony or child support anymore. Damn, why did he have to leave?
Why me?
Well, John is with us. John's one of our sponsors from Elite Electric and Air Conditioning. How's life treating you, John?
Real good.
Good. And, you know, I sent an email out to the sponsors who are going to be on the show today, and I'm at a stoplight, and of course I don't read or text while I'm driving. I wait till I get to a stoplight. So I sent an email, and John replies back, and I'm at a stoplight, and I'm asking John and Ben Flanklin, who's going to be on the line with us a little bit later on. I said, guys, I want to talk about on the show today, what are the hottest items that you're getting phone call? What's the phones ringing about? Talk to me about it. John replies with this thing, and I almost had to pull over on the side of the road. I was laughing so hard. So what did you respond back to me, John? What had happened this one time?
Well, the question was what are the hottest issues going on?
Yeah.
And so I said issues like the people calling because they're very, very hot, or the technician that calls Karen and says, "Hey, I am locked in the back of the truck. Can you please call the customer and have them come open up the truck? I believe that the child safety locks are on and the wind blew the door shut. Yes, I'm stuck in the truck."
Oh my! That had to be so embarrassing. Is that guy still with you?
Oh yeah. What are you going to do though? It's
Oh my!
and that's actually happened more than once.
Oh my gosh! It wasn't child safety locks on.
There's these on the Chevy vans. We have several Chevys, and they have the child safety lock, and you can hit it and it will, go on, and so.
Child safety locks in a work van, though.
I think it's a standard equipment with those vans.
Unreal. Well, God, that was. When I read that, I almost had to pull over on the side of the road. I was laughing so hard. So, what are some of the biggest phone calls? I know you're doing on the electrical and the air conditioning, but what are some of the most consistent phone calls that you're getting from consumers out there?
Here lately, the two biggest, one on the electrical and one on the AC. The AC side is, hey, my AC is not working. It's hot. I mean, they're hot.
Right.
That is certainly one of the biggest. On the electrical side, it is recently we've had a lot of rain, and it is a combination of one of two. Is I have half power in my house, or no power, or there's my panel is burned up. Something to do with the panel.
Okay.
And or I have outlets that are not working in the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
And so those. So I guess that's three major things.
Now, why? No, that's all right. What would be the major item specifically for my outlets not working in the bathroom? Is it because of the GFIs?
Having to do with the GFIs, yes.
Okay.
And on a lot of the older homes, and I say older more than
like older, like your age older, or older like my age older?
Actually, like my daughter.
Oh gosh, that's not old at all.
Like. Older, 10 to 15 years or older.
Okay.
The GFIs in the bathroom were they were tied into the outdoor outlet, and we've had a fair amount of rain lately.
Yeah.
And so therefore that driving rain, if it hits the outlets, or maybe there's a broken cover on the outside, or it's the water is penetrating in between the cover, the gasket's rotted out,
Right.
something of that nature, it can get into the outside outlet and trips the GFCI.
Now, why? And for the GFCI again, let's tell our listeners, ground
fault circuit interrupter.
And that's just one of those safety protections for soon-to-be ex-wives and ex-husbands.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. It is to protect you and your family if there is water present, or if there is a fault between you and ground
Right.
at that outlet.
And it just it interrupts the circuit, stops power from continually going through to wherever the load is.
Correct. To
Okay.
protect you.
Now, why did they route for GFIs in the older homes? Why did they route them to the outside receptacles?
Cost. They would. GFIs are fairly expensive,
Okay.
and so they would run from. They would just make a loop throughout the house.
Oh, I see.
So they would only have to buy one GFI versus one for each location.
Oh, I understand. Gosh, imagine that construction industry doing something because it was cheaper. and in South Florida. Oh,
Yep.
go figure that one.
Yeah.
Now, what about the main panel? You were talking about the main panel problems.
Main panel problems with the weather that we've had. Again, water can affect a lot of different things. One with the services coming in, the power lines coming from FPL and or the pole, and the wind can hit the power lines or the power poles.
All right.
So we've had several calls of that nature lately. The flickering of the lights then can short out some of the older panels.
All right, and if anybody out there has a question for John, either an electrical question or air conditioning question, give us a call, 340-1590 right now. We got John on the line. He'll be more than happy to give you his expert opinion on any issues that you're having. Now, with the air conditioning, obviously, we've been in the 90s, mid to low 90s, and it's probably going to get just a tad bit warmer here before it starts cooling down. What are some of the biggest issues that your technicians are telling you that they're finding when they go out there?
Based on the age of the equipment, if it's a newer piece of equipment, a lot of times it is just a dirty filter.
Ah, okay.
And so the customers aren't always changing their filters, and so that's the culprit. And so then sometimes the system may be frozen up just because of that.
And now tell us a little bit about your thoughts on the filters and how often we should change them. And
At a minimum, it should be changed once a month. And I will say that carefully because there are some folks that have 2 and 3 month filters and even a 6-month filter.
okay.
So there are different levels of filters, but it's also that the home itself. If there's lots of kids and pets running around, it would be a minimum of 1 month.
Yeah, and you just want to look at it, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want to, just because John's saying once a month, you don't want to just automatically change it. You really want to look at it too, and make sure that it's gathering dirt before you start changing it. Now, if you're going 2 or 3 months, and you only have like a 1 month filter, and you're going 2 or 3 months, and you're finding that the filter's not dirty, and you're all proud of yourself that the filter's not dirty, there's probably another issue someplace else.
What we have seen in that case is sometimes there is that filter may not be dirty, but the customer doesn't know that they actually have to change 2 or 3 filters.
Yep. Or they got lots of holes in the return ductwork.
Or there could be an issue in the attic or
Yep.
somewhere.
Yeah, I've had that happen quite frequently, where you walk in and, man, my filter's doing great. I haven't changed this thing in 3 months, and it barely looks like it's dirty.
Right.
Well, let me show you why.
I have a little technical, well, it's not really a technical trick. What I do is I just hold it up to the new one,
Okay,
and you can see that it's doing its job.
there you go.
It may still look pretty good, but hold it up to that new one.
You can tell a huge
Yeah,
difference.
you can see.
There you go. That's a good idea.
And I write the date on the filter before I pop it in.
There you go.
So,
Because as we get older, our memory just disappears.
yeah,
And
or we just really like to take care of our air conditioner.
there you go. Good. That's a smart move. I like that.
It's an important part of my house.
I like that.
Well, it is also probably one of the most expensive appliances in your house.
Sure.
And you don't want to have to replace that any less.
And nobody wants to be hot when it's 90 out. No.
Right.
No.
Right.
No. Well, John, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about some of the issues that John and his technicians have seen out in the field. But don't forget, if you'd like to call in and ask John a question, that's why he's here with us today, 340-1590. You're listening to Comfort Time Live with John from Elite Electric and Air.
Elite Electric!
We can do it.
Elite Electric!
There's nothing to it.
Elite Electric!
Ooh, amazing.
Elite Electric!
Boogie, woogie, woogie, woogie.
Elite Electric specializes in all of your electrical needs, from security lighting to surge protection and everything in between. How do you think they got their name? Elite Electric. Elite Electric has been family owned and operated on the Treasure Coast since 1988, and they're recommended by Comfort Time Live. Visit online at eliteelectricandair.com and learn more about their services. Elite Electric. Service today. Proud sponsor of Comfort Time Live Friday mornings at 11 on WPSL 1590.
No matter what you want, just pick up your phone, say, come on, Elite.
And we'll get the job done!
We can do it.
Elite Electric!
There's nothing to it.
Elite Electric!
Benjemin Flanklin Plumbing has extended its hours of operation. Their Jackpot 777 promotion allows you to receive service 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. at no additional cost. Also, as a bonus, if you mention this radio station when scheduling your appointment, you'll receive a 7% discount.
Fantastic!
Call 866-867-5309 to schedule your appointment today. Promotional offer is subject to availability and cannot be combined with other discounts or coupons. Excludes holidays.
Known for helping you keep that spark, now they'll help you keep cool. Elite Electric and Air, the official air conditioning sponsor of Comfort Time Live, has provided the best in heating and cooling customer service since 1988. If your electric bill is costing you more than 12 cents per square foot under air, you may be overpaying the utility company. Elite Electric and Air can help put that cash back in your pocket. Call Elite Electric and Air with 24-hour service. Dial 340-3797. That's 340-3797.
All right, you're back. Comfort Time Live. We're talking with John with Elite Electric and Air. And John's talking to us about some of the issues that consumers have been calling his office and the problems that the technicians have been finding out there with the air conditioning systems. We talked about electrical for a little bit. And the biggest thing you talked about was the filter. So we were talking about some of the best times and some of the good ideas, like Veronica mentioning putting your date on it, which really helps you get a good idea. And you can also track it. I mean, so if you're putting a date on it, you notice that you go and look at it in a month, and it's really not that bad, but you look at it maybe a month and a half or 2 months, and it is. And this way you can kind of keep track of that with the dates and if you get into that kind of stuff. Now, you mentioned that there's also 6-month filters too, John.
Yes. Yes. And that would be recommended for folks that maybe have a filter up high. It's a pain in the butt to change, and or we would change it on the maintenance program.
Okay.
So we would do that for them, and the clients wouldn't have to worry.
And now the 6-month filters are obviously going to be filtering much better, so people who have concerns with allergies or things of that nature may want to focus on that.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It definitely helps with lots of health issues. And keeps your AC clean.
All right.
All at the same time. It's a double bonus.
And if they want to call to find out a little bit more information about that, John, we just heard on the commercial, but it's 772-340? 3797. You can give John and his team a call at Elite Electric and Air, and they can go ahead and help you out with that. Well, John, I'm going to do a trivia question, and what are we going to give away today?
How about we go ahead and do what we've been doing with the maintenances?
Okay.
People seem to like them, and it's going well.
All right. Is it the service provider
Yeah, the AC,
or the one-time tune-up?
the one-time tune-up.
The one-time
for the-
tune-up.
for the
Okay.
AC.
All right. No problem.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, we got a trivia question at 340-1590, and the first person to get the answer right will win a one-time heating and air conditioning tune-up from Elite Electric and Air. And while they're out there, they might even be able to take a look at some of the electrical needs for you as well to make sure that, because obviously, the two kind of work together. Air conditioning needs electric. So sometimes the electrical issues can cause air conditioning issues. So 340-1590 for your free one-time AC tune-up from Elite Electric and Air. And here's the question. How big do you think TV's Wheel of Fortune wheel is? How TV's Wheel of Fortune's wheel is in diameter? Okay. How big do you think TV's Wheel of Fortune's wheel is in diameter? So if you watch a lot of Wheel of Fortune, they got that big wheel that's on the ground in front of all the people, and they lean over and they spin it. If you can get within 1 foot of the dimension, you will win. 1 foot plus or minus within the dimension of how big is TV's Wheel of Fortune's wheel in diameter. Give us a call, 340-1590, and we'll go ahead and you can win your free one-time heating and air conditioning tune-up. Now, what are some of the other issues besides the filter, which we know can cause the unit to freeze up? What other issues are you finding out there, John?
We seem to have had a fair amount of systems with leaks lately. So
Now,
no
leaks
wonder
as in...
refrigerant.
Okay.
And so some of it could just be the from the initial installation.
Okay.
There's a saying in our trade that the life of a system depends on the day it was installed.
There you go.
And if it's installed correctly, there should be very little issues.
But John, this other company's $500 cheaper, and well, they're an air conditioning contractor. They got a license on the side of their truck just like you do. Well, why wouldn't I do it for $500 less? It's the same system. I'm buying it from the same manufacturer, right?
Well, sir, you can always find somebody willing to do the job a little cheaper than you. But is it cheaper in the long run? So we just changed out the system just this past week. Believe it or not, it was 5 years old. 5 years. Now, a typical system should last 10 at a minimum. 8 to, as a matter of fact, the FPL keeps statistics on it, and they say 8 to 12 years. And
they got it down to 8 now. Wow.
Yeah. I think that could be because some of these systems are put in incorrectly.
Yeah, so they're not going based on what reality should be. They're going based off of what reality is.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and some of their statistics are coming fairly accurate because we have to give a lot of information to them so we can do the rebates.
Oh, yeah, I understand. Yeah, so they're seeing the ages of the equipment of what's being changed out with the homeowners' names.
That's right.
So that's where they're getting that from.
Right.
So, John, looks like we have possibly an answer to our trivia question. We have Evelyn. Hello, Evelyn.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Wonderful.
How are you?
I can't. I can't complain. I really can't, because if I did, there's always somebody else out there worse than me, and nobody really wants to hear my complaints.
Oh, well.
But, Evelyn, so you think you have the answer to our trivia question?
I have a guess.
Okay, well, plus or minus 1 foot.
6.5 feet.
6.5 feet. Oh, why'd you throw that half a foot in? It actually helped you a little bit, but didn't quite get there, though. That was funny that you...
I have to call back again.
You have to call back. Plus or minus 1 foot. Evelyn said 6.5 feet. You're really close. Really, really close. I appreciate you calling. 340-1590, the number to call. If you have an answer to the trivia question, how big is TV's Wheel of Fortune's wheel in diameter? You need it in feet, and you need to be plus or minus 1 foot. And Evelyn just said 6.5 feet, and you'll win a one-time heating and air conditioning tune-up. Now, John, when we talk about leaks in the refrigerant, I know there was an unethical air conditioning company going around scaring the heck out of people, telling them, you have a gas leak. We got to rip this system out right away. You're going to die, which is not the case. But tell us a little bit about that when we're talking about the gas leak.
Well, first of all, there's a couple. When you're speaking of gas, that could be the gas of the refrigerant,
Right.
Or some neighborhoods do have gas furnaces,
Right. Okay.
that are LP.
Yeah, I think this one specifically was an air conditioning unit only. And, refrigerant, we do call it gas.
Right.
We call it gas. We use the term. But I don't think it's, unless you're sitting there snuffing it out, and which they do that.
That's why they have the new child safety locks.
Oh, on the outside units, yeah.
On any and all new installations.
Or the installation trucks.
Yep.
That was good. Yeah, is that what the child safety locks in the truck are for?
That's right. Yeah, I guess I said that wrong, didn't I?
Yeah, we are keeping the kids safe all over the place.
We don't want them getting in or out.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. So they're actually making it mandatory. But if there was a minor leak, it's not something in a house that's gonna hurt somebody bad.
No, it's not a minor leak.
Is it something you can smell? Can you smell it? Do you know that this is happening, or is it something that's odorless?
A minor. It does have odor. Yes, you can smell it. If it's a minor, really minor leak, then you probably would not notice it. But sometimes it is. If you're losing a half a pound of refrigerant a day, that's a lot.
Yeah. And obviously, if you're in a really tight, closed confinement and you're losing a lot of refrigerant, yes, it could be harmful to you. But in a normal house with a little bit of a leak, you're not going to have any huge issues like that. Now, I think this is Matt on line 2. I want to say I think this is our other sponsor. Let's click on line 2 real quick and just verify that it's Matt. Hey, Matt.
Yep.
Hey, is this Matt from Ben Franklin?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, Matt. We're going to put you on hold because we have a caller who's going to answer our question for us here. Let's go to line 3. We have a unique caller. Haven't heard from her before. Hey, Evelyn.
Hey, I gotta try again.
That's okay.
I just couldn't figure out whether it should go up or down, so I'll say 5.5 feet.
Oh, no.
So it had to go up a foot.
You have to go up a foot.
At this point,
Yeah, at this point.
Evelyn, dial back really quick.
Yeah, really quick, Evelyn, dial back. All right. Evelyn, go ahead and dial back. We're going to end up giving it to you when you call back, unless somebody beats you. Unless somebody beats you back. Well, good, John. So now, real quick, and then we're going to go ahead. We got Ben Franklin. If you want to stay on the line, you can. If not, but now, if they have a leak in their refrigerant, what's the best solution? Best thing for them to do?
The best solution, based on where the leak is, it would certainly get it repaired. Either repaired, or based on where the leak is, maybe replace the coil, and then it would be based on cost. So is it more cost effective to repair versus replace the system itself?
Yeah, and some of those coils they're outrageous.
Yeah, some of them are very, very expensive. So based on where that leak is, then that's options that only the homeowner can make.
Right.
If we give them the options, and, so there are. That's what we try to do, is allow the customer to choose. Do you want to repair it now, replace it now, repair it now, and replace it later?
Yeah. And a lot of that would have to do, obviously, is how much of a warranty do I have left on the system itself? How much warranty would I have on the new repair or the new coil that's going to be put into place? So, and it's everybody's. I know some folks that I've talked to who unit was only 5 years old, and in my eyes, I would have never considered replacing it. I would have only repaired it. But it's not my home. It's not my money. I have to give them the option, just like you said.
Right.
Let them make the decision.
Right. And that's exactly correct. It's not your money. It's not my money. It's theirs. So they have to make the choice.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, John, I appreciate that, and you're more than welcome to stay on the line and offer some feedback. But we're going to have we got Matt, one of our other sponsors from Benjemin Franklin. Oh, what's that? Okay, we have line 3. We have line 3 again.
Evelyn.
Oh wait, was that one? Yeah, Matt.
It's Matt. Yeah.
Yeah, Matt's still on line, but we got Evelyn on 3 or no? We still have Evelyn.
Okay.
Yeah, we still have Evelyn on 3.
Here.
Hey,
I'm
Evelyn.
first.
Hey, Evelyn.
Did I say first time calling that?
Yes. Hey, this is not the same Evelyn. This is a different Evelyn. Can you tell by the voice?
Hi, Evelyn.
And I guess 7.5 feet.
There you go, Evelyn. It was actually 8 feet. It is the approximate. So congratulations, Evelyn. And we're going to go ahead off air and give John your information with your phone number and everything on it. And
Okay.
We'll go ahead and contact you today and make sure that you schedule an appointment to come out and give you a one-time free heating and air conditioning inspection.
Okay. That'd be great.
Awesome. Well, Evelyn, thank you so much for calling the show. I appreciate you.
Thanks
Thank
for
you, Evelyn.
helping me make my drive down 14 Boulevard much more fun, too.
You're not talking and driving, Evelyn.
Yeah, well, I'm not texting.
There you go. Have a wonderful day, dear.
You too.
All right, wonderful. Well, we're going to go ahead over to line 2. We got our other sponsor on the line, Matt from Benjemin Franklin Plumbing. Matt, how you doing today, buddy?
Well, it would be nice if I was your sponsor, but I was one of the contestants.
Oh,
We have 2 Matts.
did we have?
We're so confused.
Do we have 2 Matts on the line?
You dropped to me, and the way the radio cuts in and out with the phone,
Oh well, Matt, I apologize.
No problem.
Well, you know what? What's the answer to the question, Matt?
Well, I was going to say 8 feet.
Okay, you got it right, Matt. Didn't you? Well, Matt, I apologize. We're going to go ahead and give you one too, because we thought our other sponsor from Benjemin Franklin, his name is Matt, and
Right.
I'm sorry when I turned over to you. That's what I thought. So, Matt, we're going to go ahead and give you one as well. How's that? John, is that okay? I think John hung up on us, but
Well, I got a couple of questions also.
oh, okay, Matt, go ahead.
All right. Well, what is you hear them advertise? What's a mini split?
Okay. Well, a mini split is basically like a little miniature air conditioning system, and they call it a split because we call them split systems, where you have a one component inside the house and you have another component outside the house.
Okay.
So instead of like a manufactured home, which would have a package unit. John, you back?
Yeah, I was on hold or
Oh, you were on. Oh, okay, no problem.
I'm not sure what was going on.
No problem. Well, Matt was not the Matt from Benjemin Franklin, and we put him on hold or hung up on by mistake. But we're gonna, if it's okay with you, I'd like to give Matt one as well.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, we got Matt's phone number, but I'm going to let you answer this question, John, until Benjemin Franklin calls. He's asking about a mini split
Okay.
and what they are.
A mini split is, we'll say it is a cross between a window air conditioner and a whole house air conditioner. So a mini split, what it is, it has an outdoor condenser that just like a regular household air conditioning system, and the indoor is we'll call it a cassette. They call it, and it goes onto the wall, or sometimes in the ceiling, and so it is designed for one room, or they have systems that can have multiple rooms with one outdoor unit. Very, very, very efficient. As a matter of fact, they're used more in other countries than they are in the United States because we're not up on the efficiency yet.
Yeah, they're in the standard ones we offer today are in the 20s.
Those are the minimum ones. They go up to 25 to 30.
Yeah, and we Matt, a lot of times use them for like your sunrooms where you have a flat roof and you can't get ductwork out. So if you like a lot of these homes have built the sunrooms and they weren't originally enclosed, but they decide to enclose them, and we do that. It's difficult to get ductwork out there. So having one of these mini splits, which they can get down as low as I think they're a half a ton now, John.
A little more than a half ton.
A little more than a half ton to 3/4 of a ton. So they'll cool a nice small little room that you can't really add ductwork into.
Correct. We've had a big call for them lately to be installed in garages.
Yeah, absolutely. Does that answer your question, Matt?
Well, yeah, would that be efficient to, install that in a normal house? Obviously, you need 3 to 4 units, as opposed to, replacing the regular central air. So would that be would efficiency, work out in there, or do you end up?
Yes. As far as your energy efficiency, absolutely. And based on the size of the home, what they can be designed for is you have, like I said, you can have one outside unit, and then 2 or 3 or 4 indoor units that connect to the one outdoor. Okay, so it wouldn't necessarily be, 2 or 3 or 4 complete systems. You can have multiple drops coming off of one system.
Right, and some of the things to consider is aesthetics, where the inside unit has to go, Matt, because units are going to be about 8 inches high. They're going to stick out of the wall anywhere between 4 to 7 inches, and they're about 3 to 3.5 foot long. And so you have to typically you got to find an outside wall that the unit's got to set on, because each one has to drain if you're going to put them on a wall.
And they do also have ceiling mount ones,
right?
That can be installed, and they actually will be. They stick off the ceiling just a little bit, but.
And they have little condensate pumps on some of them.
That is correct.
Yeah.
And that's how the ceiling mount works.
So if you have a 2-story, you couldn't do that, but the ceiling mount, if you had a 1-story, you can mount in the ceiling. They could go flush to the ceiling mat. So everything is on an individual basis, but if there were a little bit of an additional cost for electrical and whatnot in the beginning, because the efficiency is so much higher, it would more than outweigh the cost in the long run on your energy.
Okay.
But if you want, I'm sure Elite Electric, I think they don't charge to have someone come out and give you a free estimate. You can give them a call. They can come out and take a look at your home and see if it may be a good fit for you and give you some options.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Second question.
Yes, sir.
I got a second one.
Okay.
Why would the power company pay you to consume less electricity?
Great question.
Well,
why doesn't Mobil Oil give you a rebate when you buy more fuel efficient car?
Well, actually, for commercial, I think for commercial companies, I think there is a rebate for like propane and stuff like that, because there's a company out in Okeechobee who buys propane trucks.
Yeah.
And efficient trucks, and they actually get money back from the government. But for FPL, now this is what I've heard, whether it's rumor or not, John, correct me, they don't want to build another power plant. Supposedly what I heard. So the less energy they use right now, if they have to give out $2 million or $1.5 million to $2 million a year in rebates, it's less expensive for them to do that than to spend $1 billion to build a new power plant. Is that what you heard, John?
That is definitely one part of it.
Yes.
For sure. And probably the biggest part. The government kind of mandates it as well. The government the power companies get rebates or credits, should I say, because they are trying to help the consumer be energy efficient.
It's also probably somewhere down the road, I'm sure it's some kind of a tax shelter.
Yeah, I could have to hazard a guess. FPL is not stupid when it comes to making money.
Yeah, they're making money off it, Matt. Somewhere down the line, they're just not letting anybody know what it is.
Well, but which you aren't going to necessarily look closely at, but have people experienced increases in, kilowatt hour charged on their electric bill after they apply for a rebate, and they bump it up by, a very small percent, so now you're buying less electricity, but still paying. Obviously you're going to pay less because you sell a more efficient unit, but your bill still went up and they're still making more money now.
Well, whenever there's an increase from FPL, it would not be an individual. It would be everybody across the board.
Yeah, and if you had a new system installed and your electric bill went up, just like John said, the most important part of the system is the day it's installed. Somebody probably installed it incorrectly. Yeah, especially in a brand new system. If your electric bill doesn't go down, there's an issue.
No, but I understand. Yeah. But I mean, let's say, it is quite a bit more efficient, so you experience a significant drop.
Right.
But then they increase per how much you consume, much you're billed by a very small percent. So, no, it's not going to go back up to the original amount.
Right, understand. I honestly have never heard of that happening. I mean, if there is a concern, I would definitely start tracking your kilowatt usage, and you can actually go back to your previous years because through FPL they have all of that, so you can start tracking your kilowatt usage now versus then. And if your lifestyle hasn't changed, but you're noticing a increase in kilowatt usage, then you may want to mention something.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's on the bill is, you have your fuel surcharge and then also your regular charge per kilowatt hour. But I mean, if you look that closely at that number, that doesn't change.
Right. Yeah, I would suggest you try to give. If you have a concern, I would definitely give them a call. But start tracking it. That's a nice thing. You can go online. You can track all that stuff. But well, hey, I appreciate it, Matt. I'm going to go ahead and turn your information over, and then maybe when they give you a call to come out and give you that one free tune-up, maybe they might be able to offer you some of the other suggestions.
All right, I'm good.
All right, Matt. Thanks for calling. I appreciate it. And we got Ty on the line. Ty, I mean, I'm sorry to keep you holding, buddy. I got to take a break here real quick, though. You still with me?
I'm here.
All right.
Do you want John too?
If John wants to stay on, John's more than welcome to. But we got to take a quick break because we got to help. We got to help pay for the show with our sponsors. Even though they're on the line, we got to give them their advertising spots, right?
Absolutely.
All right, guys. So we're gonna take a quick break. We got Ty from Benjemin, Flanklin Plumbing, and John from Elite Electric and Air on the line. We'll be back in just a minute.
Elite Electric.
We can do it.
Elite Electric.
There's nothing to it.
Elite Electric.
Ooh, amazing.
Elite Electric.
Woogie, 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 woogie.
Elite Electric specializes in all of your electrical needs, from security lighting to surge protection and everything in between. How do you think they got their name? Elite Electric. Elite Electric has been family-owned and operated on the Treasure Coast since 1988, and they're recommended by Comfort Time Live. Visit online at eliteelectricandair.com and learn more about their services. Elite Electric. Service today. Proud sponsor of Comfort Time Live Friday mornings at 11 on WPSL 1590.
No matter what you want, just pick up your phone, say, come on, Elite.
And we'll get the job done.
We can do it.
Elite Electric.
There's nothing to it.
Elite Electric.
Benjemin Franklin Plumbing has extended its hours of operation. Their Jackpot 777 promotion allows you to receive service 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. at no additional cost.
Woo!
Also, as a bonus, if you mention this radio station when scheduling your appointment, you'll receive a 7% discount.
Fantastic.
Call 866-867-5309 to schedule your appointment today.
867-5309.
Promotional offer is subject to availability and cannot be combined with other discounts or coupons. Excludes holidays.
Known for helping you keep that spark, now they'll help you keep cool. Elite Electric and Air, the official air conditioning sponsor of Comfort Time Live, has provided the best in heating and cooling customer service since 1988. If your electric bill is costing you more than 12 cents per square foot under air, you may be overpaying the utility company. Elite Electric and Air can help put that cash back in your pocket. Call Elite Electric and Air with 24-hour service. Dial 340-3797. That's 340-3797.
someone.
All right, we're back. Comfort Time Live. We're talking with Ty from Flanklin Plumbing. We also still have John on the line, but we're going to focus on Ty. And John, you're more than welcome to stay on the line and ask some questions if you'd like. But
I'll hang out here for a minute.
all right, Ty, welcome, buddy.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Man, sorry to keep you holding. We just actually having a pretty good show.
Just like Johnny took all the time and didn't leave anything for anybody else.
He's hawking. He always
stay
hawking.
on for more.
Hey, I'm right here. I'm right here.
Got nothing but love for John. I'll tell you that.
So Ty, tell us what you answer the phones quite often there, and what's some of the biggest issues that we have people calling in right now?
Lately, it's been they're getting the leaks underneath the house. Water bill goes up.
Leaks?
No
underneath
explanation,
the house?
or they do find water coming up, through the floor or whatever. Don't know where it's coming from.
Wow. Now, how do we get leaks underneath the house?
Well, all the piping, whether it's copper or plastic, runs underneath the house, underneath the slabs. All the homes in Florida, 95% of them are on slabs, and that's where all the water lines run. So if something ever does happen, it's not seen, at least not right away.
Right.
So, that's what winds up happening. Either they start to get water coming up on a carpet, or they notice it, tile, linoleum. They'll notice water coming up, or sometimes not at all, and it's not until they get their water bill that they notice extremely high water bill.
How do you, if it's not seeping up through the house, how do you find that?
We have equipment, just like basically it's a smaller version of sonar is what it is. It's listening devices that we use to, it's magnified, it's used to pinpoint the sound of the actual water leaking underneath the slab.
Oh, wow. Now, does that have to be a fairly significant leak in order to hear it, or?
No, not actually. It's kind of funny. There's sometimes when we go out, we have to turn the refrigerator off. We have to turn the air conditioner off. We have to turn, and if there's a lawnmower going two, 3 doors down, we can't hear anything except for that lawnmower. I mean, it's, if it's tiny, like really small, no, then we can't hear it. So we try to. Sometimes we can.
So if the neighbor's in the bathroom, you might be able to hear that.
Say that again, John.
If the neighbor's in the bathroom, you might be able to hear that.
You say that jokingly, but you'd be surprised.
So I could use that to hear the private conversations my daughter talked to her
boyfriend? The neighbors weren't in the bathroom. They were in a different room of the house.
Oh, gosh.
But I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, let's leave it at that. So that's the fix. Now, obviously, you guys can take care of fixing that, but that sounds like it could be a pretty big issue.
Yeah, it can be. Sometimes it's easy. Sometimes, we call that's something we call a mystery leak.
Okay.
Don't know where it's coming from. The techs will come out, and then they'll quote them prices for diagnostic, and there's different levels of that. And it starts out, with a fairly low. It could be something simple, and then we go from there. As it gets more technical and it's not something simple, then we tell them, okay, we're going to be moving to the next. And then, the electronic thing is, which is the most expensive leak detection, is the last thing that we do. If it comes down to that, we'll use it, but we try to find it without using that, because the equipment is expensive and it is costly to use. So the training for it is costly. So of course we have to charge more for that, but we do everything possible to try to find it, because most of the time it is something more simple.
Right. Now, where are you finding a majority of the leaks? Are usually in a certain area of the home, like more so in the kitchen area, or?
No, not really. It's very just say generic. It could be anywhere. And where we're finding the area of the listening area that you have here is mostly, and recently it's been St. Lucie West within the past few years. St. Lucie West has been having an outbreak with, water lines leaking underneath the slabs, even in the walls.
Is that because of the high quality of companies that did the installations?
You have to remember there are dozens of different companies that did the work.
Didn't John somebody do plumbing a long time ago?
We You've been out of it for several years.
But there's been several companies that have actually done that work. So to say that they're all doing this, it's I doubt it. It was the quality of the work.
Right.
We're coming up with different reasons. The city has come up with a different reason of what that is. They're saying it's not the water itself, but some of these places were built less than 20 years, maybe 15 years ago. Some of them were built less than 10 years ago, and we're still having the same problem with all of these places. So, you tell me, it's kind of strange that with the different builders over the years, the different material over the years, but yet we're still having the same problem.
That's one of the reasons why I don't think I'd ever want to own a home again.
Because
even the station owner just walked in and said he had that problem in his house.
It depends. I mean, there's stuff that the homeowners can do to combat it is, like we talked about in prior shows, is water filtration. You can filter that water before it comes into the house.
Okay.
To take all that stuff that, does that to the water.
Even city water and whatnot, right?
Oh, especially city water.
Yeah.
Because St. Lucie West is all city water.
Okay.
So people think that they're on city water and it's, okay, we're good now. We're okay. Well, trust me, there's a lot of things in that water that you don't want.
Yeah.
I
can imagine. I can imagine. So what are some of the other big things that you're seeing come across?
Lately we've been getting some drainage.
Okay.
Snake and drains. It's been coming across most recently. Which can be avoided by maintenance to your and people say maintenance to your plumbing, your drain system. How do you do maintenance? There are organic or natural drain cleaners that are out there.
Okay.
That you can pour in once a month. They're made from bacteria and enzymes.
Okay.
They're all natural, and you dump it in.
So not the liquid plumber stuff.
Not liquid plumber. No, that's an acid. Okay.
That's stuff we want to stay away from. We talked about that last week.
This stuff is biodegradable. It's
okay.
all natural. And there's different ones. Our company has one that we sell. It's called BioBen.
Okay.
And then there's other ones that are on the market. I'm not real familiar with those. I don't know how well those work. I know ours is has a money back guarantee. But you pour it in every drain once a month, and it keeps your drains from backing up. It's not like when you need liquid plumber or
right.
all those other ones. You already have a clog.
You already have the problem.
Well,
you want to do it before then.
It's just like with John, your air conditioner.
That's why it's called preventive.
You want to maintain it. You want to maintain it before you have a problem.
You want preventive.
Exactly.
Right.
So
well,
that's what the
right.
BioBen.
Well, unfortunately, John took up all your time,
I know
Ty,
he did.
And I really had a lot of stuff that the listeners were going to enjoy. But since John took up all that time,
right.
But hey,
right.
remember the phone number 866-867-5309. That is their number, and remember it, ladies and gentlemen. You were listening to Ty from Benjemin Franklin, John from Elite Electric and Air. Guys, I want to really appreciate you being on the show this week, and I really want to thank you for being sponsors and keeping Comfort Time Live on the air.
No problem. That's what
it means a lot to me, and make sure you talk to your bosses to keep that happening.
He is the boss. Wait a minute.
Hey,
no.
guys.
Oh, no, wait. He's not the boss. I forgot.
Well, thanks, guys. And thank you, everyone, for listening to Comfort Time Live. We'll be back next Friday, 11:05. Have a great one.